Two of my favorite clean luxury beauty brands just launched concealers, Westman Atelier and Victoria Beckham Beauty. With pretty similar claims, they both contain skincare ingredients and they come in 16 different shades, both made in Italy. But which one will cover these dark under eye circles? Let's put them to the test. Starting first with Victoria Beckham Beauty by Agostino's Butter. He specializes in skincare and the price tag of his products is pretty hefty. The concealer comes in a brush kind of format and you just need to click. Oh my gosh, finally I got some out. Let's apply a couple dots. Oh my goodness, I feel like I have like too much product here. I think this is a pretty good shade for my skin tone. This concealer contains peptides, squalane, and it carries the TFC8 proprietary ingredients from Agostino's Butter, so you have those really good skincare properties. It's supposed to have a luminous finish with a light to medium coverage, while Westman Atelier is supposed to have a medium to full coverage. So I know, you're gonna be like, Jacqueline, that's a disadvantage for the other concealer. Well, let's see on that. You get a doe foot applicator. Let's just do the same thing. Now, I have tested this concealer on a try of new luxury beauty releases. If you don't follow me on my YouTube channel, it is time to do so, because if you want to see like full-on reviews, that's where you want to go. Now, you can see that this shade is a lot lighter than this other shade. That's okay. We're just going to put it to the test no matter what. And if you're wondering, the shade is M2. Refer BO5 brush, and I'm just going to dab, and spread this concealer. Oh, this looks so smoothing. Ha ha ha. Okay. This is so pretty. And you know what? It says that it's light to medium coverage, but I'm getting a good amount of coverage. And it could be also because of the undertone. It does have more of that peachy undertone. And the shade that I chose is very similar to my skin tone. Wow, that blend was amazing. But now let's blend the one from Westman Atelier. And let's see how this goes. Which, like I said, I have tested it before. And I have an idea of how this not only wears, but how it looks on my skin, but we will talk about that at the very end. This concealer has coffee extract as well as hyaluronic acid, so it does have some skincare ingredients. And in terms of the finish, to me, it does have more of like a natural, almost demi-matte kind of finish. Now I'm gonna get you very close and personal so you can see the concealers and how they look like. What are your thoughts? I do have hollow areas underneath my eyes, so there's nothing really to do about that. But in terms of the finish, although this says that it's luminous, to me it looks super natural. This one, it does have, perhaps because of the shade, a little bit more of reflectiveness, but it's still, to me, natural borderline demi-matte. This one feels like it's setting by itself, although it's not one of the claims. While this one, I have tried it, and you really need to set it, because otherwise it's going to crease. Not creasing to the point that it's gonna age you, but it's just gonna gather on the fine lines. And this is how the concealers are looking like. What are your thoughts, friends? I think in terms of coverage, both of them, they are giving me pretty much the same coverage. If anything, perhaps the one from Victoria Beckham Beauty looks a little bit, it seems like it has just a little bit more coverage, although the one from Westman Atelier is the one that is claiming to give a medium to full coverage. I still feel that the Victoria Beckham Beauty is giving me just a little bit more coverage. Is it me? Is it my idea? What are your thoughts? So far, they are looking really beautiful under the eyes. Very, very natural. And this one, it just have a little bit of that reflectiveness, because again, you were able to see from the get-go, they were two different shades. This one is more of like the shade of my skin, and that could be also why I feel like this one has more coverage, because at being the same color of my skin tone, is also canceling out a little bit of my dark under eye circles. I really love that. I don't see any creasing, and I haven't powdered the concealers either. So let's just give it a couple more hours and check how the concealers are doing. I want to give you my final thoughts. I feel that the one from Victoria Beckham Beauty is just a little bit more smooth. It has, I mean, the coverage perhaps it has faded just a little bit, but same thing with the one from Westman Atelier. Now, the one from Westman Atelier, do you see like it does emphasize a little bit more the fine lines. It just gathers a little bit more on the fine lines. It's not completely smooth. Both of these concealers were completely unset. My preference in general, the way that I'm seeing them, I like the Victoria Beckham Beauty more than the Westman Atelier. I don't know, I just feel that this one is just more like softer. It just is a little bit more long wearing too. Again, perhaps it's the color and it doesn't gather. Yeah, the one from Victoria Beckham Beauty doesn't gather on the fine lines. Now, the pros and cons. Both of them, they have a high price tag because they are luxury brands. This one costs $48, while this one is $68. But this one comes with a 6 ml, which is typical for concealers. This one with 2.4 ml. So you get a third of the amount for more price. So, I mean, I don't like to take points out of in any review. I think what it works is what it works. You know that my favorite concealer of all times is the one from Chanel, is the Sublimage L'Essence du Tan, and that one is also expensive. It is costly, but I don't mind paying for it because it's just so good. Now, I will have to try with more time these two concealers and just keep trying and trying them to truly see which one will give more results. I think if anything, for this one you're paying a lot more because of the skincare ingredients in it, while this one is a true concealer with a few skincare ingredients. Hopefully it makes sense, because if you see the ingredient list on this concealer, oh my gosh, it's just so long. It has a lot of humectants, it does have squalane, it does have a ton of peptides, and you can see it on your eye. Like my eye here, it looks more plump. I know right now, I mean, the light is not that flattering because it's almost sunset time, right? But I mean, in person, this one is way more flattering than the one from Westman Atelier. Okay, friends, I said my piece. You let me know which one is the one that you like the most, or if you have tried them both. I would love to hear from you. And while you're at it, and if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell. If this video serves you of any help, please give it a thumbs up, share with family and friends. If you're on Instagram and TikTok, please come and follow me there. And if you're not done watching my content, I will be leaving a couple other videos at the end of the screen that I'm sure you're gonna love. Until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.
As ruas, já não vejo mais meus horizontes.